Hi folks, this is ClassEx6 number 7, the first video with it. Before we move forward on it, just to give you some where you came from and where we're going towards to, alright? So what I have here is, on the right hand side here, I have is the opening for, I open up where you left off with it. You're welcome to use what I sent you and build off of it as well. So those of you that couldn't complete exercise number 6, for whatever reason, you're welcome to use this file to start out your class exercise number 7 with it. Or you could continue on where you left off. Now, to continue where you left off on it, I ask you to create 2 subdirectories for me before you move forward on it. So inside of this subdirectory, what you just did in here with it, before you move on, all the subdirectory on the right hand side, you need to create 2 new subdirectories. Make sure they are in the right places that when you are doing this, and make sure the subdirectories belong under the source src with it, right? So what you do is you need to click on the src and up here select the new folder, or right mouse click on it and do new folder. The 2 new folders I need for you to create is the helpers and the pages on there as well. You should have the page on there from the menu .js on there already with it, but like I said, some of you missed that from the last time with it, so you might need to create a folder. It's called helpers in here. So just want to let you know that's the 2 new. Make sure you have the 2 new directories with it, or create 1 or 2 or 2. Let's just say you got 2, okay? And under the source, I need for you to make sure you have the subdirectory is called helpers, exactly how I have it, lowercase. And the second one is called the components. I'm sorry, pages with it. So that's what I need for you to do, is make it lowercase for me as well. All right. Things that we need to actually look for in here. Like I said, make sure that I talked to you about the 5 files that you created in here, and there's a sequence that I built it in here, and I asked that on the quiz, and then for you to understand what's going on with it. So make sure you have a full understanding from that before you move on. I just put the sequence of the pages here with it, and making sure that the menu.js is in the components subdirectory is this one right here. All right, because that's all the path that goes into it. So when you do take a screenshot for me, and when you troubleshoot, when things don't work, we're going to talk about troubleshooting here in this session as well with it. But make sure your nav.js, when you take screenshot, I just don't want to see the code. You see these dots here and these subdirectories and everything with it? I need to know where these files go. So I need to see your file structure if you're going to send me to something to debug. All right. So help me out with that. Don't just send me the code, screenshot of the code. I'm going to, yeah, but I need to see the Explorer side, this Explorer side with it as well. So why don't you, like I said, it's one of those things. So before we move on, making sure what we talked about, you got a clean base copy like this. You're welcome to use this copy that I sent you and build off of it with it. So you got your app.css, your index.js, your app.js, and your navbar.js with it. If you note, all the JS files that I have, they're uppercase, the first letter of the file name with it. There's a reason for that. The only one it's not is probably the index.js in there, okay? Excuse me. With it. So this is how it works with it. So I'm gonna pause, and then I'm gonna show you what the finished product looks like with it. All right. So give me a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually save this file, and I'm going to call it ClassEx, your base file, ClassEx version, start version, I don't know, whatever number it is I have you downloaded in this thing, okay? So so start with that version with it, and you can build off of this or use your current version with it as well, because I clean up everything with it. So I even had names of the file names in here, so I commented out the section like I had you each one of these things instead of putting your name up here. If you notice, these are all properly named with the proper section number with it as well. So if you want to use this, that's okay. You can start out with this file and start coding from this as well with it. All right. So give me a second here. I'm going to pause. I'm going to actually open up the finished product, and then we're going to bring in some new files that we're going to talk about here. So